Hey, welcome to your Leo horoscopes for the week of September 17th to September 23rd. January was coming out in my head, and I'm like, that's not right. Although that's like right around the corner at this point. I cannot believe how quickly the time is going by. Anyways, I digress. We have focused on long-term goals this week with Venus continuing to be in your sign this week as well, and sort of adding a bit of a creative element onto those long-term goals, which may help out a little bit as Venus is squared with Uranus and Jupiter. Both planets are in retrograde. And Jupiter's retrograde is really the one for concern here because Jupiter is all about growth and expansion, and it may seem like that is just not a thing right now, specifically in your day-to-day schedule. So basically, this difficulty here is not really so much about not having anything going on in your schedule. This is more your schedule is taking over your life and trying to work on your personal long-term goals. You just don't have a lot of time for. So, I mean, in reality, if you're wanting your schedule to be full of money-making opportunities, you'd rather have that than your goals. But it is frustrating, especially for a fixed sign, when you have a specific plan in mind and you have to be flexible and move it around because things have changed. And so it's just kind of that frustration that's there. I don't really feel that this is anything that's going to hinder your progress or anything like that. It is just going to cause some frustrations. The good news, though, is Venus's sextile continues with Mars. Mars and Venus working together. I said this before in previous horoscopes. I do love when those two energies work together for sure. And Mars energy going towards your long-term goals, specifically very creative long-term goals, is going to take that frustration away anyways, because it's almost like reverting what you wanted to do into something that's actually going to work so much better when you think about it. So for example, I visualize this as I have some wood and I'm going to build a table, and then it turns out that you don't have the right wood for a table, but it turns into a bookshelf, which is what you really needed in the first place, more so than the table. So, initially there's frustration, but then, I mean, you just literally see a different picture and move towards it. So it becomes not so much that you can't do anything, more like it's reverting the energy into a little bit of a different direction. I kind of look at this as a lesson that I have literally been pelted with for months and months and months, and probably years and years and years. And that's being fluid or being flexible. As a rule, I'm not a structured person. I'm more of a gypsy, fly by the seat of my pants kind of a person. And it's really difficult to get anything done. So I have to create a schedule. I have to create structure for myself. And then when things have to change, that gets really frustrating for me. So it's not about being on either side. It's about being in the middle. And the more you're in the middle, and I have to remind myself every day, the more you're in the middle, the easier it is to navigate, the less frustrating it becomes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So honestly, is this you cannot get creative in your goals this week? No. It just means that rather than focusing on what you absolutely can't do, be mindful that because this door closed, another one is always opening right behind you. That's usually how it works. And it really is awesome once you step out of the frustration and the need to control the situation, if that makes sense. Spoken from one control freak to another, if you can take that name. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do click the link in the description and send me a coffee. I would love it. If you are listening rather than viewing, that's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. Of course, bounce on over and check out heavymetalpsychic.com as well. We've got some fun stuff going on there. I am Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic, and I will see you guys next week. In the meantime, I'm looking forward to seeing the creativity that comes from this week from you guys. Make it awesome as you always do. And I will see you guys next week. Make it a good one.